This new photo shows a very stoic, 9-month pregnant Cassie Ventura on her way to court this morning. Just after 11 a.m., she was sworn in and within minutes broke into tears while reliving the alleged physical and psychological abuse at the hands of Diddy.
This audio clip of Ventura talking to a male, because under direct examination, we heard that there was a video out there of these freak offs. And so, of course, no one wanted these videos to be released, but a video somehow was out there in the public domain.
Hey everyone, welcome back. Today, we're diving into a story that reveals a dark, painful, and shocking side hidden behind Hollywood's glitz and glamour. Sean Diddy Combs, a name synonymous with music, style, and success, now finds himself in court facing charges of racketeering, sex trafficking, and serious allegations of physical and sexual abuse by his ex-girlfriend, singer Cassie Ventura. And today, we're taking you inside the courtroom where Cassie opened up about the most painful moments of her life, testifying for more than 20 hours, over 4 days while pregnant, bravely facing her truth head-on.
Ventura then, on cross, was asked about this situation, a video being out there in the public, if she believed that it was. And then they played this audio of her threatening a man, saying exactly what I had up there on the screen about she is going to kill him if she doesn't let her know where this is, saying, I've never killed anyone before. So, defense counsel continuing, Ted, to put out there, not only was she a consenting, strong adult participating in these freak-offs, now showing a side of Cassie Ventura in which she was threatening people as well.
Cassie Ventura, Sean Combs' longtime girlfriend, told the court she endured not only emotional but physical and psychological abuse for years. She revealed that Combs forced her into drug-fueled sex parties called freak-offs, places where she was coerced through violence and blackmail to participate against her will. Imagine a life that looks glamorous on the outside, but is actually filled with fear and pain. One of the most heart-wrenching moments was when the prosecutor asked Cassie, "Do you have any doubt that Sean Combs raped you?" Cassie answered firmly, "No." Tears streamed down her face, revealing the years of pain and trauma she's carried silently. This was not just a testimony, but the voice of thousands of survivors who've hidden their pain.
So that they were together in all of this. And one would presume that this male was the person that they thought was in possession of this video. Is that what I'm getting from it? That this video that
Correct.
might be out there and this person is in possession, or at least they thought that this individual was. How is she holding up now? You know, we've heard that her due date is possibly this weekend. This is arduous for any human being to be exposed to the witness stand for multiple days, and she's 8.5 months plus pregnant. How is she doing?
But the defense was ready to fight back. They aggressively questioned Cassie about her PTSD treatment, the timing of her allegations, and the multi-million-dollar settlements she received. Defense attorney Anna Estevao asked, "Cassie, have you ever said Sean Combs was bipolar?" Cassie replied, "Yes. I told them he was acting anxious." And strangely that night, the defense tried to portray Combs as a flawed man, sometimes violent and jealous under the influence, not as the mastermind of a criminal enterprise. The most shocking part of the trial was the March 2016 assault at the Intercontinental Hotel, captured on CCTV and shown in court. The video showed Sean Combs grabbing, kicking, and dragging Cassie through the hotel's elevator lobby. Cassie said, "This happened when she tried to leave the freak-off party early. Pain."
Hi there, Ted. A lot of fireworks so far this morning on this Friday here in New York City. Right now, court is on a break, so they just took a break inside this New York City courtroom. But before the break took place, outside the presence of the jury, the judge chastised the counsel, saying, "We are not going to be proceeding in this fashion any longer." So it was an interesting exchange to watch what took place, and the judge is not happy with how defense counsel has been introducing exhibits, taking a long time. Also, the prosecution then is objecting. So it's really taking up a lot of time and not being as efficient as he wants it to be. Now he has set some deadlines at night, saying that by 7:30, you need to be letting co-counsel no, defense counsel no, and vice versa, what exhibits you are going to be introducing the next day so we do not have these prolonged periods of questioning and objecting as to what's being introduced.
Just imagine the terror and helplessness she must have felt, facing one of the biggest names in music acting like this. The prosecutor asked Cassie, "Would you give back the $20 million settlement if you never had to endure the freak offs?" Through tears, Cassie said, "Yes, I would give the money back if I never had to do those freak offs. I would have had my agency and autonomy." This moment reminds us that sometimes the pain and scars are worth far more than money can ever heal. Cassie also revealed she underwent 45 days of inpatient mental health treatment for PTSD.
Good Wednesday morning to you. Thanks for waking up with us here on Opening Statements. I'm Julie Grant. Are you ready for a great show? Well, that's good. We got one planned for you. Let's get it started as we always do. Grab that cup of coffee. It's time for my opening statement. It's not just children. It is not just children who can be groomed into entering abusive relationships. Case in point, Cassie Ventura and Sean Combs. She told the jury that she was 19 and he was 37 when they first met. He signed her to Bad Boy Records. She had star potential, and he had star power. She was sexually inexperienced. He earned her trust, got her to become dependent upon him for her career, and she fell in love with him. Slowly but surely, she said the love would turn to violence.
Including therapies like eye movement desensitization and processing and neurofeedback. She had to relive and reframe her traumatic memories to reclaim control of her life, and she did all this while being pregnant with her second child. A true testament to her strength and resilience. Outside court, Cassie's husband, Alex Fine, said, "I did not save Cassie. Cassie saved Cassie. She fought and broke free from abuse, coercion, violence, and threats. That's real bravery." This powerful statement is a reminder that survivors are warriors, writing their own stories of strength and courage.
She said he would beat her and that he was in control of everything. She said he would force her to participate in freak offs so her body would be hurting so badly that she would need days to recover from them. She said they became like her job. She was hurting, she was fearful, and she was in a domestic violence relationship. But it didn't start out that way. She was young and she was vulnerable, and based on her testimony, Combs exploited her trust to gain power and control over her later on. Ever try to boil a frog? You can't just toss a frog in a pot of boiling water. The frog would jump out. Instead, you put the frog in some nice, comfortable room temperature water, and then you slowly turn up the heat, and the frog won't realize that he's in the boiling water until it's too late. Well, that's what happened to Cassie. The evidence establishes that Diddy groomed her as a young lady. And before she realized the dangerousness and the lethality of the situation, she was already deep in that hot water. That's my opening statement. Let me know if you like it. Right now, it's time for your daily docket.
Sean Combs has pleaded not guilty to all charges, including sex trafficking, racketeering, and sexual assault. If found guilty, he could face life in prison. His defense claims he is a flawed man with moments of jealousy and substance abuse, but not a criminal mastermind. The trial is still ongoing, and every day brings new revelations and surprises. Next week, Dawn Richard, a former member of Combs' music group Danity Kane, is expected to testify, which could add more layers to this already complex case. This courtroom drama is far from over, and every day brings us closer to the truth. So what do you think? Is Sean Diddy Combs guilty of the serious crimes Cassie Ventura accuses him of? Or is this just another celebrity controversy full of doubt and drama? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Let's get the conversation started. And if you found this video insightful, please like, share, and subscribe for all the latest updates on this and other major celebrity cases.
Married men?
Naturally?
Argumentative. So you spent your whole date getting to know each other, talking about me.
Don't flatter yourself. No, we did not spend the whole time talking about you. He was under the impression you were having an affair, so him moving on was a natural effect from that.
He told you that?
Yes, he did.
Okay.
Cult mom has a pretrial hearing for her second Arizona trial. Remember, she's not done. She faces charges for attempted murder, conspiracy to commit the murder of Brandon Boudreaux. Thank God he survived. He was married to her niece at the time. That case is going to start up at noon Eastern. In Massachusetts, we've got defendant Karen Reed's retrial expected to resume this morning at 9 a.m. Court was dark on Tuesday. We never did get official confirmation as to why, but we know the defendant was not there at the courthouse. And in New York, we've got the case I was just talking about, Cassie Ventura. Her testimony continues in Diddy's sex trafficking case, and that is, of course, your top story. Everybody in America is talking about this. Cassie on the stand revealing shocking details about these alleged freak offs.
Thanks for watching, and remember, truth matters, and every voice counts. See you in the next video. So, what do you think? Is Sean Diddy Combs truly guilty of the serious charges Cassie Ventura has brought against him? Or is this another example of how the world can get caught up in celebrity scandals filled with uncertainty and media hype? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Your voice matters, and we want to hear your take on this explosive case. If you found this video insightful and want to stay up to date with every twist and turn in this trial and other major celebrity cases, make sure to hit that like button, share this video with your friends, and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss an update.
Court TV legal correspondent Kelly Craft is in New York City outside the courthouse with the latest.
Well, good morning to you, Julie. When court resumes here in New York City this morning, Cassie Ventura, the government star witness, will return to the stand. During yesterday's proceedings, she was very emotional at times, wiping away tears as she described the freak offs, giving graphic details about the sessions, how they would begin with baby oil, then move on to other activities, then eventually intercourse. As Sean Combs sat in the corner and watched, she said she hated doing these freak offs and had to be on drugs for every single session. Sean Combs was interacting with his defense counsel a lot while Cassie was on the stand, jotting down notes and passing them to his attorneys. Inside the courtroom, members of his family. We do have some video of them leaving court Tuesday evening after proceedings ended. His daughters, sons, as well as his mother.
Remember, behind the headlines and drama are real people, real pain, and the fight for justice. In a world where celebrity culture often overshadows truth, it's more important than ever to listen, understand, and demand accountability. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video with more exclusive updates and breakdowns on the biggest stories that matter. Until then, take care of yourselves and those around you, because every voice counts, and the truth always finds a way to be heard.
And Julie, while Cassie was on the stand, the government asked her to flip through a binder. Inside that binder were photographs of people who had engaged in the freak offs. Cassie was asked if she recognized the people. She named one person, saying his name was the Punisher. The direct examination is expected to conclude today, and then cross-examination will begin. The defense counsel said cross will go through Thursday. That's the latest from here in New York City, Julie. We'll send it back to you.
Our thanks to Kelly Craft for that early update. We'll be talking with Kelly more throughout the day. Now, of course, the Court of Public Opinion is weighing in on this case in the federal courthouse, and they're saying, some are saying.
So, what do you think? Is Sean Diddy Combs truly guilty of the serious charges Cassie Ventura has brought against him? Or is this another example of how the world can get caught up in celebrity scandals filled with uncertainty and media hype? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Your voice matters, and we want to hear your take on this explosive case. No topic is too sensitive here. This is a safe space to share your opinions honestly and respectfully. If you found this video insightful and want to stay up to date with every twist and turn in this trial and other major celebrity cases, make sure to hit that like button, share this video with your friends, and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss an update.
That the case doesn't look like a racketeering case, that it looks like a domestic violence case. So how about that? Let's talk about it. I'm going to bring in our guests and see what they think of some of those comments. In the studio with me, so happy to have domestic violence expert, former law enforcement officer Claudia King, and remotely criminal defense attorney and former prosecutor Franz Borghardt. Good morning to you both. Claudia, let me begin with you. In terms of that that question from the court of public opinion. What am I watching? I'm hearing a lot about domestic violence. That's not a charge. We even heard the defense bring that up in opening statements. Well, he may be someone who beat his girlfriend, but he's not a sex trafficker. He was not involved in running a criminal enterprise for the purpose of committing crimes. What do you say to that all, please?
Remember, behind the headlines and drama are real people, real pain, and the fight for justice. In a world where celebrity culture often overshadows truth, it's more important than ever to listen, understand, and demand accountability. These cases remind us that fame does not place anyone above the law, and that survivors deserve to be heard and believed. Now, as this trial continues to unfold, we'll be bringing you in-depth coverage, from courtroom testimony to legal analysis, breaking down every major moment so you don't miss a thing. The upcoming weeks promise to reveal more surprising facts and emotional testimonies that could change the course of this case dramatically.
Never seen before. I'm not going to show you the stuff that we can't show. You know, it's a hard watch. But here is this individual. This is a key witness, Israel Flores. He's now an LAPD officer, was the security guard at the Intercontinental Hotel in 2016. And here he is in the hallway. Now, he testified against Diddy. As you can see him here, conversing with Diddy, and he was the individual who got Cassie out of that room. He also later pinned down Diddy when Diddy tried to bribe him. It's absolutely wild. So as you're watching this, I'm going to go through some of the testimony that was revealed during his testimony. Now, he testified he was on a shift that day at the Intercontinental Hotel in March 2016, where surveillance video showed Combs doing what he did to Cassie in that hallway. It occurred around 11 a.m., and Flores was called in to a woman in distress on the 6th floor. He testified that he recognized Combs, who was in a towel, but did not recognize Cassie at the time. She was scared. She was in the corner, hood on, covered up. I couldn't see her face. She was pretty much in the corner on the floor. On the floor was a destroyed flower vase. Now, he says that Combs told him they were arguing. He noticed Cassie trying to walk away and get her phone, but Combs told her she wasn't going to leave. The former hotel guard said he put his body on the doorway and stood for a few minutes until Cassie left the room. I started to leave, and Combs called me, Flores said. He had a sack of money, and he threw it at me.
We're also keeping a close eye on how this trial impacts the wider conversation about abuse, power, and accountability in the entertainment industry. It's a critical moment, not just for those directly involved, but for society as a whole. So, stay tuned for our exclusive interviews, expert opinions, and detailed recaps, all here on this channel. In the meantime, don't hesitate to share your thoughts and questions below. What do you want us to cover next? Which parts of the trial do you find most compelling or confusing? Your feedback helps shape our content and keeps this community informed and engaged.
I say that we're seeing the foundation of the sex trafficking charges, and the prosecution is very deliberately presenting that to the jurors. So they're starting with Cassie, who is a known witness. We've already seen her being victimized in that video that we all know about. So this is the foundation that they're building with the domestic violence, the power and control, and then we're going to see that trafficking form for the jurors as we continue through the trial.
Claudia perfectly said, Rome wasn't built in a day. We got to lay the foundation, as you noted. You're right. Franz Berger, tapping into your experience as a former prosecutor, do you like the ordering of witnesses so far to do that in laying the groundwork for the charges that ultimately need to be proved?
I think that starting with this witness provides the most stable victim from the prosecution standpoint for the human trafficking. It gets in the domestic violence from the get-go. And look, let's not mince words, Julie. That video, the domestic violence in that video may not be germane or pertinent to the human trafficking and the RICO, but it makes Diddy look really, really bad. And at any time you can make a defendant that you're accusing of some horrendous crimes look just that much badder.
Thank you for watching and being a part of this important dialogue. I'll see you in the next video with more exclusive updates and breakdowns on the biggest stories that matter. Until then, take care of yourselves and those around you, because every voice counts and the truth always finds a way to be heard.
Take a win, take it where you can get it. And thank you for noting what the defense said in open. We have a direct quote from Tenny Garagos, who's Mark Garagos' daughter. She's a lawyer, just like her dad. And she said, in part, What Combs did to Cassie on this videotape is indefensible. It's not evidence of sex trafficking. It is evidence of domestic violence. Claudia King, let's dissect that video a little bit, because I think there is some evidence in that video that is other than DV evidence, evidence of perhaps false imprisonment, because we know that she's trying to leave. She's trying to leave a freak off. He drags her back so brutally. You know, to me, yes, the beating, as Franz noted, yes, absolutely, that's helpful to the government because it makes him look so terrible. But this right here, dragging her back, the forcing of the conduct.